Hi, everyone. Welcome back to the Joyride podcast. This is your host, Rebecca Joy. I am so excited for you all to listen to this week's episode. I have on one of my absolute best friends, Samantha Gleave. We have been friends since high school, and we both have just transformed in so many ways. And I actually had this idea come to me years ago before I had even started the podcast. I thought, how cool would it be to have on each of my best friends and have them share about themselves, have them share about their jobs and their journey? Because I find it really fascinating because all of my friends pretty much are doing something different. I don't feel like I have a lot of friends that are doing the exact same thing as one another, and I have so many good friends here. I have even more of my good friends that are not living in Austin, Texas. So I came up with the idea the other night to start a friend series. So this won't be something planned necessarily, like it won't be something, every month where I'm having on a specific number of people, but there will be drop-in episodes here and there, and I'm going to be titling it the Friend Series. So this is the first episode of this new series, and this is such a good conversation. I am basically asking Samantha a lot of questions that I have always wondered about for myself personally, because she has been growing her own content and influencer, business for the past few years. But at the same time, she's also juggling all of these other roles. And I find it honestly super inspiring and super fascinating. And I wanted to ask her these questions because I'm curious myself as a business owner who is looking to always be growing on social media. And, when you're catching up with your friends, of course, we're talking about our jobs and like professional things, but it was fun to see this other side of her because she shared with me a lot of things that I didn't necessarily know about her and know about the way that she, you know, does her work and lives her life. And then beyond that, I also am just always amazed at the things that she and her friends do. And I wanted all of you to learn a little bit more about, you know, just her, I guess, friend group that she's in, because I think as an adult, especially as a woman, I have heard from so many people that it's really tough to find really, really good girlfriends. And then if you're in her position, you're not just a wife, but then you become a mom. So how do you make friends as a mom? And I'll obviously let her share about this, but basically she talks about how, the birth of her daughter, Scotty, really changed everything about her life for her in such a beautiful, positive, uplifting way. So anyways, I will stop here. Thank you so much for coming back to the Joyride podcast for yet another episode. Also, I'm still working out some tweaks when it comes to the sound with these interviews because I'm used to recording these episodes just by myself. So bear with me when it comes to the sound and also scheduling. These episodes have been popping up on different days. I'm hoping to create more of, a regular schedule, but I'm still figuring out the best days that work for me because your girl is working on so many different things. So anyways, love you all so much. Appreciate you all. I hope that you enjoyed this episode. Like always, if you find some type of inspiration or empowerment from this episode, I would love for you to share it with one of your friends, within your community, within your network. And with that, enjoy the episode. I'm so excited. Okay, well, I guess we will start here. Welcome, Samantha, to the Joyride podcast. This makes me feel so official. Also, I just cannot call you Sam or Sammy. What do your friends call you? Because people ask me that all the time. Like, what do your
People
friends
ask
call you? Yeah, they,
what
they, they ask me. They're like, what do I call you? And I tell them, if you're high school, you call me Becca. If you're After high school, you call me Bex.
That is so funny because I could never call you Bex.
No, never.
Um, uh, honestly, I let people decide like whatever they feel like
Really?
I'm getting. Yeah, so most
Interesting.
of my friends call me Sam.
Hmm.
I feel like Sam feels the most like me, but like if they're kids, I'll let their kids call me Sammy because it's like easier for them and like I don't know, just like kids like that. But Samantha, I think you and Kristen might be the only people that call me Samantha.
Samantha. I just like it. It's like the full name, you know?
Yeah, I don't
Sammy's
know.
just your mom. I'm like, I just think of your mom.
What, Sammy? Oh my gosh, I know. But yeah,
Anyway,
all my family, like my family, all called me Sammy. Like people that have known
yeah.
me really little.
Yeah. I mean, my family calls me Rebecca Boodles.
Amazing.
Like
Amazing.
other weird ass names, obviously, no one else calls me. But, anyways, you were my first guest of 2025.
Gosh, so exciting.
So excited to have you on. We're going to talk about so many things that I'm so excited to share with all of you. I told her before, like, I'm so excited to hear the juiciness for me. So I feel like as an identity, like like I think of you as so many things. You're a wife, you are a mom, you're a content creator, you're like so involved in your church, you like do all these things with your friends. Like, I want to first get into content creation, being a micro influencer. Like, I want to know because I met you, well, we knew about each other in middle school, but we didn't become close until high school. Like, was pursuing content creation always a dream or a fascination or a hobby? Or like, was it like, I want to be a mom and I want to be a wife, you know?
I've never been that person to be like, I can't wait to be a mom. That was never me. I did not ever think, I never thought about my wedding. I never thought about being a mom, like at all. I figured those things would happen, but
Yeah.
like definitely not like something that I thought about. I dreamt about my sweet 16 and getting a car.
Really?
Like that's what I cared about. So, um, anyways, so with content creation, that itself has been such an evolution. I feel like if I had known about it when I was younger, I probably would have like aspired and wanted to do that.
Yeah.
But that just wasn't a thing back then. Like Instagram didn't come out till
Yeah.
what we were in like high school.
Yeah. 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 I don't think it was
Oh,
in high
when
school.
it started, I want to say it was when we were in high school.
Yeah.
And and then Instagram itself has had such an evolution as well. Like at first it was just like, oh gosh, I don't even know what it was at first because I was a couple of years late to it because I wasn't allowed to have social media until I was older. So I was like 16, I think, when I finally had it. And then it was just like super overfiltered photos of like just people's lives. And then it turned into, they were only iPhone photos. And then
Hmm.
it turned into photographers getting like really high res photos uploaded, like getting them on their phone, which was just like so unheard of. Like we just didn't do that. We didn't put our point and shoot photos onto our phones so that we could like put them on social media. We uploaded them to Facebook in like mass photo dumps, like
Totally.
albums of all like similar photos, but it wasn't like for Instagram. And then so people started doing that, and then photographers started getting like a huge like following, and I almost feel like it was the revival of photography because at the time it was only like you'd get your family photos done. No one was doing like artsy stuff necessarily, and it wasn't
Stacy.
super. That's what I'm saying. Like, she started doing this. She was one of the first people that started uploading like her photography photos
Hmm.
and getting creative and like sharing things like that. And like that really gained traction. And then all those people that were photographers who gained their following through photography and like being creative and stuff like that, slowly people started getting into like who they are as people. And then that's how they were able to morph into influencers. I feel
Right.
like that's like the track that a lot of photographers took, like Teza, she's one of them. JC, like there's several others, but those are just the first people that are coming. Tyson, like for people that are like coming to mind for me. Um, Even like my friend Mandy, like she was a wedding photographer and now she's like a mom lifestyle influencer because like people just your personal style starts showing through and stuff. And then when you show like yourself and your face, like people get really interested. Like, okay, like you're the person behind all this. And then it just is a natural evolution. So, and then content creation, it was influencing for a while. It wasn't content creation, it was influencing. And then brands, I think, realized that like audiences and consumers respond better to like an authentic like someone's face and like it looking really like authentic and almost like low quality in a way, like a FaceTime with a friend. It feels safe. It
Right.
feels like a recommendation from someone close to you. And so that moved into like content creation and like people like who aren't influencers, like these brands just want content. Like they're realizing, okay, like someone can push my product as much as they want to and like make sales for us, but like us ourselves as a brand and a storefront, like we need content for ourselves. And they realize that like hiring it out, you, for one, get lots of more creativity. And then two, I think it might be cheaper sometimes instead of having like just in-house people. But a lot of brands that are big have both. So it's just beneficial both ways. I worked at Cozy Earth for a while doing their creative and like wearing a lot of different hats. We don't have to talk about that. We can talk about it if you want to, but that was a part of my journey, I guess, to where I am now. But worked at Cozy Earth doing a lot of their creative and I was in-house. So I was creating a lot of the content for them, but like sending product out and having other creators make stuff just gives you so much more of a variety. And so brands just have seen the value in like UGC, so user generated content, where
Mm-hmm.
people aren't influencers, but like they just create a great video for you and they don't have to post it, but like the brand takes it and runs with it, runs ads, whitelists, like all kinds of stuff, like Facebook ads, Instagram ads, like, and it's just, or they can even use like it as like organic, paid organic.
Yeah. Well, I think it's really powerful that you predominantly now are on the creator side of things, but like
Yes, and
you
I
have
really
knowledge from both sides because I legit just forgot that you used to work at Cozy Earth. Like you were there for a decent amount of time, right?
I was there during my pregnancy with Scotty, honestly, so not even a full year, but definitely learned a lot. It was like still in its very much startup phase when I was there, so a lot smaller of a team, everyone wearing like 10 hats, like
Yeah.
wow, like they've grown so much since then.
Oh my gosh, I know. Some of my favorite YouTubers and content creators shout out Cozy Earth all the time. And
I
like when you
remember,
were working there, I feel like not like they were small, but they weren't one of the big players.
no, definitely. And I remember coming in to like I was interviewing with the owner and I was like, I just can't wait till Cozy Earth is on the Kardashians' beds. And literally a couple years ago, Kris Jenner like is plugging Cozy Earth. So they did it, which is really cool.
Wow, you manifested that for them. Hee hee.
I knew it would happen. It's that good. They're that good.
Oh, okay, so I feel like we need to go back even further to kind of give some context as to how you got into this. So, went to high school together. This was in the Bay Area. Then you were in Arizona and we're
Mhm.
kind of like, I feel like all over the place there. Went on a
Mhm.
mission, met your husband. Now you're in Utah. So let's get into that because I remember when you first moved to Utah and you were like, Becca, literally everyone here is a content creator. Like it's the hub. And I had no idea. Is that a known thing or is it a known thing in the Mormon community or is it a known thing in the Utah community?
I feel
Because I
like
feel like,
Utah, it's mainly Utah. Granted, everyone here has Mormon roots pretty much.
mhm,
Like whether they're practicing now or not, like they all have their roots somehow connected to being Mormon. Whether it's family or they grew up Mormon, they're, or they might still be practicing. I don't know what it is about that. A lot of the OG mommy bloggers are from Utah, like Kara and
Kara Loren.
yes, Kara Loren.
Well,
Christine.
JC's not, is JC Mormon still?
Yeah,
Or,
she used to be.
okay.
She was.
Okay.
Yeah. JC came to Utah. She was in Utah for a minute. She like for a hot minute while she was still a photographer. She lived here.
Okay.
Um,
Those are some of like the known ones.
yeah, Carol Loren. I don't know what her Instagram handle is, but Christine Andrews is another one.
Okay.
Hello Fashion, that. Um, Tara Thurston, Kelty Wells, Whitney Simmons. Like these are
Yeah.
all people in Utah.
Yeah. So it's not just because I think where I was thinking or where I was going was like fashion, lifestyle, but this is like all encompassing.
And then all of the companies that have come out of Utah too. Like some of them are influencer born as well. Like off the top of my head, I can't think of any, but there's just so many brands that are like based in Utah as well. Everyone's very entrepreneurial here.
Mm.
I don't know why. And so when you're talking about like when I got to Utah, I just realized like everyone is beautiful. Number one. Yeah, I was at BYU. And so everyone's beautiful. Everyone is like very stylish, like for the most part. It's intimidating for sure. I wouldn't say like content creators. I think people were just like creative and liked to take photos. So like it wasn't like they had a goal in mind at the time. That still wasn't a thing. This was 2016. Like that still wasn't necessarily like people, I don't think a lot of people were monetizing at the time.
Yeah.
There were definitely like influencers and stuff like that. Like JC had taken off at that point. And like there were other things that like boosted these people, like life events, like weddings. At the time, everyone was getting married and sharing like your relationship and the engagement photos and the wedding photos and like then the honeymoon photos. And everyone was traveling. It was travel blogger era. Filters, like presets and travel and extra, like very extra outfits. It was definitely like kind of maximalism, I feel like, at the time. But anyways, yeah, I just Utah and then also like Gilbert, Arizona, they're kind of like connected in a way. Like it's like a mini Utah in
Mm.
Arizona, like Gilbert and Mesa. So like a lot of those people moved to Utah or like are from Arizona, you know what I'm saying? So like I was in both of those areas, so I got to like see
Mhm.
that and they had their own style too. So I don't know, kind of just like rich white people who take pictures and yeah, anyways, I don't know. These girls just like were good at taking cute photos. And so I wouldn't say that it was like content creation necessarily. It was just like people that were popular, took cool photos, had followers.
Right.
Pretty much anyone cute, I felt like had a following of some sort.
Hmm.
So that's like what Utah seemed like to me. And it seemed kind of exclusive at first. And I don't know, it's hard to like, I don't know, at the time I didn't have friends that were like into that like I was, like taking photos and just like documenting life and stuff like that. I just didn't really have people around me that like got it. So it was hard to like, it's hard to get it of yourself. And at
Totally.
the time, it wasn't like tripods and like people filming themselves. It was so not there yet. In
Hmm.
fact, at the time, video wasn't a thing, really. It was mainly photos.
Yeah.
So, I mean, fast forward now, like I have so many friends that are like so like we're all into the same stuff. And so so nice you go out, like say you go on like a play date with like some of my other mom friends and like we have our kids together if one of us sees the other like in a cute situation, cute, stop, hold on 1 second, let me get a photo of you. Like that is so normal and so casual and so nice. Like honestly life-changing because like all you want as a girl is like cute photos of yourself and especially as a mom, you just want cute photos of yourself, especially with your kids. Like your husband just a lot of husbands don't do it. So like it's just not like where their mind goes. They don't just like whip out their phone really quick to take a photo of you. Some of my friends' husbands do, but I think they've just been trained really well. But like, so yeah, it's like so easy now, or like easy to ask a friend to like get some content of you. Cause
Hmm.
like all my friends now get it. Like I've attracted and somehow managed to like find people that all get it. And so it's so nice and so fun. And it's just like kind of this unspoken thing. Like it's it's just easy and
Yeah.
it's not forced.
You know what just came to me when we were in San Francisco one day and I was taking photos of you and you go, Becca, all you have to do is stand there and I'm just gonna move. Like I'm never gonna stop moving. And that is how you get the shot. And when I tell you every time that I'm taking photos of myself, because I love taking photos as well, I think of that comment of what you told me, and it is stuck with me. I don't think I've ever told you that. But you were like, Becca,
Wow.
you can't stop moving. And those are the best photos. Like so, was there always this innate knowing of like, because I think that you are incredibly photogenic. I've always told you that. Like, was there always this knowing of like, I love to be in front of the camera, or was it simply I'm in the right environment where I'm kind of just like naturally immersed, or is it both?
It's gotta be just like
I think
how
it's
good.
both.
I feel like it has to be both, but like the wanting to be in front of the camera, I think it just started like really young, to be honest. Like
Mm,
I think it's the high you get when you see a good photo of yourself. You're like, oh my gosh, like
yes.
this makes me feel great, like I feel great about myself, even though like I know I have a good side and a bad side. That's funny you think I'm photogenic. I don't know. I don't think I'm like the most photogenic. I think I just at this point know my angles.
That too. I do
But
think you are incredibly photogenic. And I remember you telling me too when you moved to Utah, which I can't believe, was it in 2016 when you moved, or was it before that?
2016.
Oh my gosh, you've been there for almost 10 years. That's crazy.
I believe.
But I remember you telling me, Becca, there are all these beautiful white girls. I was like, okay, but you look so different. Like
Different
you,
was not cool then. I'm telling you, different was not cool.
yeah. And I also remember you saying that, and I was like, I don't get it. I
I
don't
know, me neither, because when you come from the Bay Area,
get. Mhm.
exotic is like sought after. Exotic is cool. It was the same
Yeah.
thing in Arizona. Nobody wanted me in Arizona.
Mm.
Genuinely. Like, I was not the look. I was not the type. They wanted blonde and tan and thin and just like it was a look for sure. Everyone dressed the same. It was so interesting. Same
Hmm.
hairstyles, everything. And yeah, it felt the same way in Utah a little bit, where like the sought after look was like blonde, white,
How do
like
you feel like it is now being on both sides?
I think people like I don't know. I
Like,
feel
are
like
they
TikTok.
more just like I'm gravitated towards someone that's authentic, or do certain brands, still want a certain type of look?
I don't know. It just depends on the brand, I would say.
Mm.
Yeah, just be you. And like, I think brands need diversity now more than ever because of all the political things too. So I don't know, honestly, the answer to that question.
Well, I think that's an okay answer. I think that's the answer that secretly everyone is wanting to hear. Like, oh, okay, they're not just gravitating towards these type of girls. Like I remember having a client session with someone who later on became my friend, but she's this beautiful girl and she's from the Netherlands and she's like almost 6 feet tall and she's got tattoos all over. And I remember her saying to me, none of these brands want to work with me because I'm not this like cutesy tiny little white girl. And I'm like, girl, you just got to be you. Like, because you can't turn into anyone else. You just can't. And I think nowadays people really honor the people who are authentically themselves and not trying to morph it
Yes,
into someone else,
100%.
especially in the area that you are in where it's like so many people are doing what you're doing.
Yes. Well, I feel like TikTok really encouraged the authentic part of people and like content. And like, yeah, I think TikTok's been like a huge one for that. Like, Instagram does not help in that department at all, in my opinion.
Okay, so I briefly want to touch upon that because I'm not a TikTok girly. People have told me for years that I should do it for my business. It's like too distracting for me. It's too chaotic for me, but like I'm slowly starting to get it more because people say that it's way more off the cuff, where Instagram is
It
more photogenic. So, what are your
is
thoughts on TikTok,
very
Instagram?
okay. So
Is
Instagram's
someone
extremely, extremely curated. So Instagram is extremely curated and it is very perfect. Like you have to be perfect on Instagram, kind of. There's a lot more scrutiny. I feel like there's a lot more like pressure for something to be like picture perfect.
Mhm.
TikTok is like revels in the raw and like the messy and the authentic. Like Instagram says that they want you to be authentic. I don't know. I think Instagram's for highlights and
Damn, I'm in
for
the wrong place. All I put out is my authentic stuff.
you
I'm
are in the
in
wrong
the wrong
place.
place. What
You're
the
100% in the wrong place. TikTok like
hell?
really, really thrives on the messier, the more it looks like you just threw it at the wall, the better.
Wow, you're telling me all the tricks of the trade right now. Wow, maybe that's why I'm not getting the engagement that I want. Because I'm like, I'm just giving y'all me. Why aren't you liking it?
Instagram
Interesting.
doesn't want you. Instagram wants the most
Wow.
perfect version of you. TikTok wants the real you, in my opinion.
Wow.
Like you will find your people so much faster on TikTok than you will on Instagram.
Wow, you're like changing my internal state right now.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I'm trying to get more into TikTok to be completely honest, but it's very hard because I've been programmed for Instagram. Yeah, it's just like what I'm used to. It's hard for me. It's like really hard for me to just like throw something together and post it and not care.
Yes. But
And the
like,
TikTok is not caring.
yeah, I mean, I tell you all the time, like your gardening videos and the chickens and all of just like the stuff where I don't want to say that your content is never not you because I know you so well and you have so many different passions and like sides of you, but I just love the content that is more off the cuff. And I tell you all the time, like, Samantha, you need to be posting this more. So, like, how did you find out what you wanted to share, what you don't want to share? Because I would say that you are predominantly like fashion interiors, like home interiors, and then you sprinkle in some like gardening and, or home things and just like random like cooking and all that.
Okay, a couple answers to that question. I think whatever looks aesthetically best is like the easiest to post.
Mm.
Like,
On Instagram.
yes.
Okay.
Because that's mostly what I do. I'm slowly starting to get into TikTok. In fact, that's my goal this year is to like sort of switch over, to be honest.
Right. You
Um,
can start with all your chicken videos because the people will love
I
them.
don't have chickens anymore. I got rid of them.
Okay, but like, did you save the videos? Because like they don't need to know that you don't have them, you know?
Oh, I don't know. I'll have to go look through my phone. That sounds like so much work. But
Okay, but you say perfect photos. Like for someone listening, like I think a lot of people waver between do I post what people want to see, what I think they should see, or am I posting what I love to do? Like you.
I think you have to start out just posting whatever you like and what makes you proud and what you feel good about. And then you can start seeing engagement. You can see like what people are liking. And
Yeah.
that's like, you kind of have to like go broad, see what works, and then like go in that direction.
Hmm.
If that's your goal. If like you're trying to give people what they want. Otherwise, just post whatever you want. But if you're trying to make a business out of it, then you have to figure out like what people like from you. For what I like post about, I for so long was just like I mean, I post about whatever phase of life I'm in. So like if I'm pregnant, I'm posting about pregnant stuff. And if I was renovating my house, so I was posting a lot of home stuff. And then I was decorating it, posting all about that. And so it was a lot of like home centered stuff. And that's where all my money was going. So I wasn't like shopping for clothes or anything. I like honestly didn't even like know what fashion was at the time because my brain was so focused on house and like home things. So, and then like sourdough, I got really into sourdough for a minute, got really into gardening. So I was posting all about that all the time. And now I'm like hyper fixated on like fashion. So that's what I've been posting more of. And like my kids, I feel like kids
Yeah.
stuff always hits. So,
Yeah, they ain't going anywhere.
so like, and also I do a lot of UGC, so stuff that I don't even post. I don't like show on my feed and stuff, which honestly is so great because like it kind of takes the pressure off. These brands just want content. They don't care. Like my C like grade, like if I were to grade my stuff, what I would give a C, another brand is stoked on because I'm such a perfectionist. So if I have to post it on my own page, it's gonna take me way longer, like because it's gotta be like up to my standard. So yeah, there's a lot of stuff I do that I don't post. I don't know. I don't even know how it gets there, to be honest. Like you have to have enough on your own Instagram to like draw a brand in and like get them to trust you.
Hmm.
So I did a lot of stuff for free at first. Like, I mean, when I got into beds, like bed making and stuff like that, that was like how my content creation career really took off. And also I realized that like at the time, Instagram was taking a turn where like you didn't have to be in front of the camera anymore. Like people wanted to see other things, were interested in other things. So I found a different side of Instagram where like people wanted to see homes. Well, cool. I don't have to get ready to take a picture of my house, which is so nice because like getting ready is like a huge obstacle. I'm not someone that gets ready every day. I hate it, honestly. That was amazing to find that. And so at the time I was like really getting into doing my bedroom and like making a bed. Like I wanted to make my master bedroom like the coziest place. Like I feel like it's always the last thing that people focus on when like why are we not focusing on that sooner? We spend so much time in our bedrooms and like especially in our beds. Like I don't know what statistic. I think it's like a third of your life is spent in bed sleeping or something like that. So I was like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna go on a mission then to make this like not only the comfiest bed, but the cutest bed too. So I kind of just like really focused on that and started sharing about that. And people really, really into it. And I bought Cozy Earth sheets myself actually. And I made like a video or posted some photos of it and tagged them. And that's how I got their attention. So a lot of the times, if you're trying to break into content creation, you're wanting to do this, you have to like spend your own money first and then create some content for that brand and get their attention that way. It's almost like an audition.
So when you bought Cozy Earth, was this before you worked there or after?
Yes,
Oh, okay.
this was before. I had known about them for a while, but like they're kind of expensive. But they have like a really good, like they have a 100 night guarantee, like a really good return policy. So I was just like, okay, I'm just gonna try them. And I got an influencer code somewhere. I found one somewhere and used it. So it was discounted a little bit. And yeah. And so from there, it got their attention. They sent me more stuff. They wanted more content. And then I found out they were based in Utah, 15 minutes from my house,
Hmm.
which was crazy. And then they brought me in and asked me to be head of creative.
Wait, I didn't know that. Head of creative?
Yeah, I mean, they didn't believe in titles at the time, but I don't even know what my title actually was, but I basically was head of creative. Yeah, I was doing all of the photo shoot styling. I was doing all of the social media. I was doing basically social media director, probably a more accurate title. I wasn't like necessarily head of creative because I worked with other people, but they didn't have a creative head. Like it was just a bunch of people working in the creative department.
That's another great thing that I think people don't know is when we see this perfectly curated ad on Instagram, you think these brands, they're so top tier and they're doing all this stuff. It's like they don't know what they're doing too.
Oh, literally.
No, like no one, it doesn't matter what side you're on, you don't know what you're doing, you're just doing it.
Right. Working directly, like I wasn't in the influencer outreach or anything like
Mhm.
that, but I was working with influencers a lot just because of the DMs and things like that. And
Right. Now I,
um,
I totally forgot about your whole bed styling
yeah.
part of your journey. You were
Oh
like,
yeah.
and the thing that I love about, I mean, you know that I'm like your number one fan, and I'm like everything that you put out, I'm like, it's also the way that I treat not just all of my friends, but also because I'm in a different position as than you are, but I'm still growing and scaling a business. So to me, I'm like, I need to support this person and them following their dreams and following their passions, just as I would want that support for myself. But with you specifically, what I love is I would say that we do have a lot of shared interests, but we also have interests of our own that like I'm not as interested in, but it's because I can literally feel your excitement and your passion towards home decor and all these things that I like. That is what makes me get more into it. And truly it has. Like I have started to care so much more about my home and now I'm so much more into home decor and it's 100% because of you.
Love that. Well, your home is somewhere like really affects your state of mind, affects your mood, it affects like your productivity. I feel like it calms my anxiety when like things are a certain way. And so it just sets an entire vibe. Like your home is supposed to be like your temple, basically. So I feel like it really matters. Like I used to not care at all before I like bought a home. I just didn't care at all because it was just like, okay, we're just renting, like whatever. But like, no, it's important. Like you want to love the space that you're in and feel at home in it. And Yeah, now that I'm to this point, like when we would have to go travel for Adam's work in the summers and like I'd move away for a summer, it'd be so depressing.
Mm.
Or living in like a dark space, like some people are in like basement apartments or like a house that doesn't get very much natural light. It is so hard.
Oh my God, your house has the best natural light.
Oh, I feel like it could be so much better, but like it's
Yeah,
better.
but that's
It's
just you. I think you're a perfectionist. Like, okay, back to what she was talking about earlier with this, like, if she could grade her content, give it a C. I know what's in your head. That Christmas video that you put together, because we had talked about this earlier. Samantha puts together this video of her children in the cutest Christmas jammies. And I see this video and I'm like, this is a work of art. And you're like, yeah, no, I just sent it to the brand and they loved it, but it could have been way better. And I'm like, Samantha, like, I am always preaching about this, but the things that you are so naturally good at, other people are so not naturally good at. So like what you would give a C, I would give an A plus plus. It was so good. I was mesmerized by this video.
Well, it's because I am surrounded by the top talent. I'm not kidding you. Like my best friends are so good. Like my friend Mandy, for instance, I talk about her all the time. She is like one of my best friends. My friend Kenna, like my friend Cass, Melissa, these people all are, oh my gosh, Isabel, Olivia, and these people probably are like people that people who listen and follow. I'm just
Right.
not naming their handles, but like they're so good. Like they just have such a good eye. They all do it a little differently, but like, yeah, it's just like so normal and like not like, oh my gosh, that's so good. It's like, of course,
It's the
like
norm.
as it should be. Like, oh, that's so cute. Like it's just like that.
Okay, so is there competition between y'all?
Not
Or
with
are
my
you guys
friends.
thinking different things? Or is it like, I'm your biggest supporter?
I feel like we don't talk about it a ton, like the business
Oh.
stuff that we do, like unless someone asks, but we're not like, oh, guess what company I'm working with right now. Like it's not really like that unless it's like one that like you're okay, you have a really close friend and you like they know your life and then you're just like, oh my gosh, guess who reached out to me? Like,
Mm-hmm.
um, in that case, but you're not just like at a friend setting, like just blabbing about it. Like that's annoying, I think. Unless everyone is like on the same page, like everyone is in the same space and doing that kind of thing, then talking about it is normal. But usually, like not everyone there does it. So it's weird. I think it's like socially like tone deaf to be like talking about that kind of stuff
But the
around
ones
someone.
that are doing it, are you sharing different things? Or are you all sharing in the same?
Some same, some different.
Mm.
Some people have like better opportunities, some people don't. Like I think for some people maybe there's a sense of like competition, but that's stupid, honestly, to like even feel a sense of competition because there are so many fish in this sea. Like,
Mm.
and brands actually don't care. Like they if you're good, you're good. Like they're not necessarily comparing you. So I don't know. There's some brands that have worked with some of my friends that like haven't worked with me and then vice versa. So like I don't know, like there's no point in like feeling that like comparison or competition, I think.
Mhm.
Like do you and like move on to the next and or just do your best. I
Well,
don't
that's a
know.
great mentality because I don't think that a lot of people actually have that mentality. I think a lot of people are stuck in comparison and judgment, especially if you're going to be surrounded by a lot of people who are doing the same thing as you, you
I
know?
just feel like it's a great opportunity to like learn and like get better. Like if you
Mhm.
are surround it's like when you practice with people who are really good, like a sport, you're gonna get better. I just think it's like I can draw inspo from like all of my friends and just do it my way.
I love that. It's really like the best of both worlds, honestly.
And also all my friends are so great. I will call them and just be like, "Oh my gosh, I have this thing that I have to do. Like, what do you think of this and this? Or like what should I do?" And like they don't mind sharing. Like we're not like gatekeeping. At least like not my closest friends. But there is a line, I feel like too. Like you don't go and just get all your answers from someone else. Like that's because you're the one getting paid. You're the one with the opportunity and you're getting paid. Like to go just ask someone to like put together everything you should do is like also socially wrong, in my opinion.
So I think I know the answer to this, but maybe I don't. Is everything that you're putting out there, do you have anyone helping you with any aspect of this, or is this all you?
It's all me.
Okay. And how
Unless, like I said, like I call a friend. Sometimes I'll put together a couple different examples and like send it to my friend, be like, hey, which one do you think is the best? Or like, which like combo do you like the best? Like, I'll just do stuff like that. But like in the production part of it,
Mhm.
it's usually just me.
Yeah, but I think that's normal. I mean, you've always done that with me growing up. Like, which one do you like? That's just
Yeah.
asking for someone's opinion. But
Mhm.
going back, and if you could give advice to the young Samantha who is just starting to do this, like, how do you even start? Are you just cold DMing these people? Are you finding their emails? Are you just like hoping and praying that your content gets seen by them? Because, I mean, you are an influencer. Like, you are doing this and you're making money and getting stuff out of it. So, what is the best way to go about it?
I'm gonna try to repeat it back so I can like make sure I touch on every part of that question. So what would I tell my younger self about like wanting to get into this and stuff? Like
Like, how
how
would you get started? How would you go about it?
like I said, whatever you are interested in will okay, I didn't say this part, but whatever you are interested in will be the easiest thing to make content for and it will show through. Like your passion will show. Definitely pick things that you are passionate about. And I think like once your content just like gets better with practice, like brands notice. And so like be tagging them. You can definitely be reaching out and like cold DMing or emailing, but I usually say something like, hi, my name's Samantha Gleave. I'm a content creator based in Salt Lake City, and I recently came across your brand and I would adore or like I would absolutely love to create some content for you. Is there an email I can reach out to discuss and send some examples of my work? And that usually is just like a great foot in the door. Usually, whatever fluff at the beginning, like say who you are, what you do, whatever, they don't care. They're going to click on you and go look at your stuff, probably. Or, yeah, they'll look at your stuff. And that's like basically how they analyze and like decide whether or not to take you to the next step and send that email. Or they'll be like, DM's just fine. Like, and, or I'll, even if I'm really wanting it, I'll send examples of my work in the DM. I don't discuss rates or anything right off the bat. What's the email so I can reach out and
You're just sliding in. You're like, hey, what's up? I want to work with you. That
no, literally, yeah, I love you. I think we'd be a great fit. Where can I send some examples of my work and who can I talk to? You gotta follow up. People don't realize that. Like, follow up. Be annoying. Who cares? You don't know them. Just
Yes, be annoying. I feel that exact same way when I am going after, because I go after brands as well in my business. I go after brands, I go after solo people. I'm like, listen, I'm going to annoy the heck out of you. I'm not going to be so annoying to the point where it's like every 3 days, but like
yes.
every week and a half, you bet your ass that I will be in the
Yeah.
emails.
If they're not shutting you down completely, follow up some more. Like
Yes, be persistent.
you want it that bad. Like, but if you don't really care. Like, I get reached out to by brands actually all the time, but they just want to do like giftings and stuff like that. That is not worth my time at this point in my life. Like, I've got two kids, a roster of like other content that I need to get done. And unless I really want the product, it's just not worth it. So, in those cases, like, I either would just like won't respond or just throw out a astronomical rate. And if they bite, okay, at that point, I'll do it for you. Like if you're gonna pay
Hey,
that much, okay.
I,
Like,
I want to hear an astronomical rate. Let's hear the tea. Like something
um,
like I don't if someone's actually going to pay this, but have they actually paid it before?
um, they've negotiated it down, but like to the
Mm.
point where I'm like, okay, like fine.
So we're shooting high at the beginning.
Yes, if you don't want to do it, shoot high.
Mm.
If you don't want to, and they're willing to pay whatever price you named, then okay, at that point, I guess I can do it. Like,
Okay, so you're only shooting astronomically high if it's not something that you're like, I really, really want.
yeah,
Would you
yeah,
say that you're doing this because you want, I mean, you want the opportunity, you want more engagement, like, because if you don't really want it, what are you getting
money,
at?
money.
Money. Okay, so just about the money.
Yeah, it's really not about exposure. That's not a thing anymore. I don't think.
Really? Interesting.
I don't think you get follows because a brand reposts you. I really don't think so. Like, not nearly as much as you used to. So when a
So,
brand's like, feature you on our page and da da da, I don't care. There's
okay.
been so many times Crate and Barrel has seen like, because I've tagged them in a couple things. Oh my gosh, we love this image. Like, can we use it? And I'm like, I would love to work with you guys.
You pay me.
And if you even just give me some credit to your store, like that's so easy. They never do.
Yeah,
They
that's
never
an absolute no.
want the free content. They're like, we'll feature you on our page. I'm like, I literally do not care. Like, that's unless I was like a home only account and that would actually like bring people in because when someone goes to follow someone, they go to their page, they look and assess to see if there's more than what they just saw
Right.
that will like make them want to follow you. And I'm kind of just all over the place. Like right now, my Instagram, I wouldn't say is like my full like focus. Like I don't post a ton. I'm on my story like every day pretty much. So my
Yeah.
stories is like the best place like to get all the content. But stories is great because like it goes away after 24 hours. And so if it wasn't like the best thing ever, then it goes away anyways. So
Love a story. I'm actually working on just how you, I mean, you're really inspiring me with the TikTok thing because I mean, you know my content. I'm just like, oh, had a thought, let's whip out our camera. Like I'm so not that, unless I'm doing a photo shoot, like
yeah.
it does not need to be perfectly curated, but I'm transitioning out of creating more content and less on stories because I'm like, yeah, it goes away in 24 hours. This is
Yes, that's the problem with that. And like I'd say my story is way better than like my page. And there's just way more to it. There's way more value in my stories. And like, yeah, posting it would be better. And maybe I would feel more okay about posting it on my feed if I had enough content to bury everything that like I don't absolutely love.
mm,
Like
yeah,
then I wouldn't.
you will make curated stuff for your stories. Like you, as a family, will go and do something fun, and I will see your story, and I'm like, Samantha, this is a full-on reel.
Yeah, see, to me, it's not good enough. Or I
Wow.
didn't take a photo that would work as a cover photo. And then that will stop me too.
Wow. So this is, we're like inside the mind of like,
I care about like how the feed looks, which is a very like dated mindset, honestly. Like people don't even like care about that anymore. Like
so
they care
you're
about
the problem, Samantha. This
yeah,
is why Instagram wants to be perfect.
yeah.
Because of people like you. No, I don't like that because
I
I
still care about what my feed looks like at a glance. That's the problem. So I still plan my feed. It's a very like photographer, like I'm stuck in like 2000 freaking like 16, 17, 18. Like I'm stuck pre-20s.
Yeah. But I also think, again, you could see that as something negative or you could see it as something positive. Like you are someone that wants to put out genuinely great content. I think that you are, hard on yourself, but we all are hard on ourselves, you know?
Just care about a cohesive feed for some reason. I wish I didn't, but I'm trying not to care as much. I should probably just like post more like
But
regularly.
I mean, with all that being said, like I've always said that this is where we really differ because you've always been like perfectly curated feed and everyone you send me, I'm like, what am I looking at? Like, it's just like, it all kind of like diffuses together. Me, I'm like, no, no, no. Like it's too much for me. And I'm way more like raw, just like let me put something up, even though sometimes I'm like, okay, this could be a little more curated, but I think it's just what you prefer. And going back to getting into content creation, being a micro influencer or macro influencer, it's like, what do you gravitate towards? Because everyone's so different. Like clearly that's just what you gravitate towards. It's what you want to see. So of course you're going to put out that type of content.
Yeah, you're so right. That's definitely
Yeah,
accurate.
you know? And
Yeah.
like I also want people to know like you're under 10K and like you're doing this and you get paid and you still get
Mhm.
free stuff. So it's like I
Oh
remember
yeah,
I
it
feel
really
like
does. Yeah.
even now I'm like I could definitely work with more brands and I don't have a crazy following. Like you don't need a crazy
No.
following.
That's the crazy thing and the best thing about like where social media is at right now, especially with UGC. Like there are people with like no followings that are like full careers doing UGC because they just have examples of their work. Like they get the contact and then they send it over and they love it and they just curate whatever examples they're sending to like that brand. And there's plenty of platforms now too that like for UGC, like UGC agent.
Lemonade.
I don't know about that, but I'm seeing like UGC agency.
Oh, yeah. I mean, there are so many opportunities.
Yeah. So,
I
but
think,
micro influencing, I feel like has its benefits in having like a pretty engaged and loyal following, like in the sense that it's less people, but it's people that know you better.
right. It's like creating your own community in a sense.
Yeah.
Like we were just talking, I mean, I was texting you yesterday about all these ideas that I had for you because I'm always like, Samantha, you could be a personal shopper. What about YouTube? Because it's like all of these things that I would want to do. Like I am such a big YouTube girly and I love it because it's long form content and I get to just see people's lives. But again, we all just gravitate towards different platforms and different types of content. And nowadays, it's like pick your poison.
I mean, I love seeing people's lives, but I don't have the attention span to like watch like a 20-minute blog. Like,
Yeah, you also have two kids.
but
So,
that's why I love TikTok because
yeah.
it's like set up. Like it's that, but like way faster and like just get straight to the point. Um, which is more my style. I'm so ADD, honestly. Like it's bad.
Girl, I am too. Okay, I want to transition into talking about girlhood. That's what I'm calling it, and sisterhood. But I was just thinking, all of these amazingly curated parties that you and your friends throw, are we throwing this for the content? Or are we
Oh,
throwing it just because we love everyone?
I'd say both, honestly. I
Okay.
think it's just like I think people go crazy and like are extra because they know the content's gonna be good. Like it's gonna be so cute. Like it's going to look so good. And it's so fun to make something beautiful.
I
Wait,
mean,
hold on. Rewind really quick. Back to like micro influencing and like getting into that and doing that. I think also Utah, there's kind of like an advantage in this because the community is so small. It's so big, but it's so small. Everyone knows each other.
I feel like Austin's like that too. Like it's big, but like it's not.
Yes, like everyone kind of knows each other, especially like once you start going to these events, like that brands will put on and stuff, or like friend of a friend, like, or just Instagram itself. It feels like kind of small town. Within Utah. So everyone knows of everyone, basically,
I
who
mean, we were just talking about, so I want to go back to like some of the big names because I feel like a lot of listeners will know these people, like JC Marie Smith, who actually I connected with her when I first started my coaching business because I same type of mentality and mindset. I'm like, F it. Like, I'm just gonna shoot my shot and go after these people. And I ended up having a session with her. And I'm like, oh my God, I know about you through like my best friend Samantha and all this stuff. But I'm like, I knew about her from years ago when she was one of the OGs. You were talking about her presets, all that stuff. And then Cara Loren is like, you guys work out at the same gym. It's like,
yeah.
yeah, small world.
No, it's really crazy. Well, JC, I went to high school with sorry, she went to high school with my ex. And so
Mm.
that's how I met her, was in Arizona because he like thought she was so cool because she like did photos and he was like really into that for some reason. I don't know. But she's like so nice and we hung out like once or twice, I don't remember. And yeah, she's so so nice and just so cute and so genuine, honestly. Like she's exactly in real life how she appears online, which is really cool that she's like able to portray that the way she does. Like it's a gift.
That's why she does well.
Yes. But like yeah, Kara, she lives up here. We go to the gym. We
And then we saw her at your the
oh
dance we
damn.
went to. I was like, is that Cara Loren? You're like,
Yeah. No, it's really, really crazy. So, like, because of that, micro influencing in Utah, I feel like is so common because, like, you get connected to one person and, like, more connections. with
Mhm.
like the brands especially, and like, and they also are able to have eyes on you, or more are likely to have seen you before through other people's accounts. Like, oh, I know of this person because like, oh, aren't you guys in the same, like, for instance, cookbook club together? So you can talk
Ah,
good with that.
interesting. It feels like, yeah, I mean, there is a lot of competition because so many people are doing it, but at the same time, it's kind of good because you're all connected. Huh.
And it's nice too, because like once you have the direct contact, it's way easier to like get the job.
Always a direct contact. Anyone, I'm like, just get me the contact. Get me to the person and then I will handle the rest.
Right, exactly. Like they're less likely to say no to you if you're communicating with like a non-generic, like you're talking to a person, like the person.
Yeah.
And my friends are like very well connected.
I mean,
And I feel like too, I won't give someone's contact out. Like I have a ton of my own contacts and I won't give them to someone if or I won't volunteer them unless I feel like they're good. Like too, because it's like they're gonna drop my name and say that I gave it to them.
right.
And I don't want to like let the brand down. I'm super open about my contacts. I definitely don't gatekeep any of my contacts, but like I won't give them out to someone that I don't think is like good enough for what the brand's looking for. And like the brand wouldn't be happy.
I'm working on that. Not to say that I go and just like give out all these contacts for people, but I feel like my natural instinct is like, oh, of course I'll like share this. And then I'm like, wait a second. Wait, Rebecca. Because, yeah, I mean, not to say that it directly impacts you, but it does because if it's coming from you.
Yeah. Like I
So,
don't want them getting upset. But
no, no.
anyways, girlhood. What was your question about girlhood?
You have so many different friends in Utah, and it's something that I know that you almost like you're really passionate about it. It's something that means a lot to you, having a really, really good group of girlfriends. And I don't want to say, I don't want to put words in your mouth and say that you never had what you had, what you have now. But I
I
do think
didn't.
that's something that was lacking for most of your life. And now that you have it, it's so apparent and it's so clear. And you are always like not just shouting them out, but expressing your gratitude for them. And it makes me, again, because I can feel the passion, I can feel the love, I can feel the gratitude. I'm like, Samantha, I need to come to one of these parties. I need to, like, I know your friends. I'm like, oh, Melissa, this, blah, blah, blah. Like, I know all of them.
You do, you really do. I can't wait for you to visit. Yeah, no, it's true. I like never had this like the way I do now. I kind of had like a bad taste in my mouth about Utah because I felt like I saw it. I was on the outside looking in for so long. And people would talk about, oh my gosh, I'm so grateful for social media. Like, it's the reason why I have all these friends now. And I'm like, I literally cannot relate. Like, I don't know if I wasn't commenting on people's stuff enough, but like, I'm like, how are these people starting conversations? Like, I'm confused. Like, how are they becoming friends? Like, what's the initial, like, what's the first step people take? Yeah, I just was like confused. I was seeing all these people like that, like, were friends and were connecting, and I'd see them like together at things. And so, like, I knew of like all of the people that I'm friends with now. I knew of them, like,
Mhm.
through Instagram.
Most of them,
And
really? Like, you knew of them?
yeah.
Wow.
And I just was like, how do I meet them? Like, how do I become friends with them? Like, just at a loss. I'm so confused on how these relationships are starting, like organically and everything. And it was honestly, social media brought me to one of my friends that I'm super close with now. But it was like more like mutual friends too, like real life mutual friends, not just like us like talking over Instagram and like deciding to be friends like that. It was like we had mutual like real life friends. But all the rest was honestly through Cozy Earth. It was a combination of Cozy Earth that put me in direct contact with all of these people that like I knew of. And then it was becoming a mom because all of these girls were moms, like by this point.
Mm.
And like, I'm not kidding when I feel like I say that Scotty gave me my friends.
Oh.
I'm serious. Like, Scotty changed my life. Becoming a mom in like my area and my community like brought me into this club that like is so warm, so welcome, so inviting, so like there for you. Because only we can relate. You know what I mean? Like a guy just cannot relate. And
Wait, pause. Like, are can you relate to these people because you're moms or you're Mormon or you're both?
probably both.
Okay.
Probably it's a combo of both, but I feel like it's more being a mom. Like being a mom itself is
Yeah.
enough to connect you to another mom. Like
So I've heard.
it's yeah. Um, no one else gets any of it unless they're a mom. So yeah, it was a combination of Cozy Earth and being pregnant with Scotty and having Scotty that gave me my friends that I have now.
And they seem like they're the best. I mean,
They're
again,
genuinely I have the best friends. Like they it's like
they will drop anything for you.
yeah. Yes, like they're as amazing on the inside as they look on the outside is like what I would say, I guess. Like
Mhm.
they're the way they all look, all of them are stunning. I do not, I've always said this. I don't have ugly friends. Like that's not me being shallow. That's
Yeah,
not me handpicking or anything. All my friends are stunning. They just are. But like that's the least interesting thing about every single one of them, which is like the coolest part.
I love that.
I mean, I feel that about you.
Oh, Samantha.
I'm serious. I think every single one of my friends are gorgeous, but
Yeah,
like they're all so much cooler than just the way they look.
no, 100%. I don't think I have any. I'm just like, yeah, no, I don't. Why would you attract like ugly, not cool friends? Just what
I,
happened.
why would you be friends with them? I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
It's not all based on looks, but I just took a step back one time and just looked at everyone in my life. I'm like, my gosh, everyone is so pretty. Like how?
Yeah, and they become prettier because of how they treat not just you, but their other friends, their families. But I really do think like I've always admired this about you. You make it so known to people how grateful you are for them. Like I can't even like the amount of times that you have been at my house with my parents where like we're all having like Indian food or something and you're just like outwardly thanking them. Like people just don't do that. And I also think just obviously we didn't share all of this, but like family and how you grew up and all this stuff, it's like you are so like the way that you live your life is so deeply in gratitude for who's in it. And you really do magnetize such incredible people in your life, which is like such a cool skill.
Thank you. I do feel that. I feel like some of my friends would actually say that I'm a determined friend. Like
Mm.
when I want to be friends with someone, I will make it happen. Like,
But that's you in every aspect of life. Like the leather jacket story in LA.
oh,
Oh, we have to tell this story. It is, wait, you didn't give away this leather jacket, did you? Okay, because you were selling a few pieces on your story, and I'm like, if you dare let
it
go.
was one of the things that I was selling, but I decided not to sell it.
Okay, thank God. I mean, yeah, you're just a very, it's determined, but it's also like you're such a devoted person. You're like, if I want this, I'm gonna get it.
Yeah, and I don't know what makes me want what I want, but I will get what I want. Like,
But you also don't do it in a conniving, weird, nasty
no.
way. You're just like, listen here, I'm gonna make this work in my favor.
Yeah, like yeah. I've never really thought about like why, but I think it's just because I know how good it'll be. Like
Hmm.
how good it could be. So I like and sometimes and there's been a very few once or twice where I've just been disappointed and I'm like, actually, this is not what I want. Never mind.
Yeah, I mean, to me, it stems from it's so intentional with what you want. I mean, pieces of clothing, for instance, like you are so intentional about the clothing that you buy. And when I think about someone who has the staples in their closet, it's you. Like, seriously, I'm
I'm
like, if I need a pair of jeans, I'm asking you. If I need a white t-shirt or a leather jacket, I'm coming to Samantha, and she's going to give me the recommendation, not like, oh, here's like my top 10. No, you're gonna give me one or two.
yeah, it's like my hyperfixation problem that I have. Like it
No, it's
just
not a problem. That's why I'm telling you, I think you should monetize on it because it's so good.
yeah, but like it's finding people that like believe me the way you believe me.
Oh, well, why they pay me the big bucks, because this is what I do as a job. Like, I can do it. Because people need that. But I mean, yeah, it's just, it's really the saying, like, how you show up in one area of your life is how you show up in every area of your life. And I mean, you're that way in every area of your life. You're that way with fitness. How long were you trying to get me to do a damn workout program? You're like, Becca, this will change your life. And I'm like, no, I don't care about this. And then I did it. And you're like, see, I always knew it.
Like, go into the gym and do whatever you felt like. And I'm like, oh my gosh, like there is no order to this at all. And you were just like, that's the way I like to do it. I'm like, okay.
I'm intuitive. I'm just gonna feel it out. And now, I mean, I'm like getting myself back on a workout program, but I'm like, because you just know, you know that you're gonna feel good. You know what you're gonna get.
Think you already got a lot to think about. There's decision fatigue that happens the older
Yes.
you get, I think, and like just eliminating decisions is makes you make better decisions when it counts. Like for instance, not eating sweets at night. If you had to make 1,000 decisions that day, you're gonna eat the sweets at night. If you've made less decisions, you will have the capacity to make the right decision when that time comes. So eliminating decisions
That's
is a
actually such a great tip because you're a Pisces and Pisces can easily get stuck in this overwhelm of like just like so many decisions and we just can't.
that's me to a T. Like I've had to work really hard on being more decisive and just like going with my gut and like not feeling remorse. But that remorse is tied to my mom, so we don't have to get into that.
Yeah, that's for another episode. I don't even know where I was going with this. But
I forgot what we were talking about.
I mean,
Girlhood and friends, and I have the best friends. I do have the best friends ever. And I think like I had this epiphany because like it was like crazy at one point. Like it was just like I was at girls' nights like 2 or 3 times a week. And
yeah.
a lot when you're a mom. Like to be like piecing out on your husband. Like I get wife guilt, okay? Like a lot of people don't, but I do. And it was just
A
getting to be
lot
a
of people
lot.
don't actually, because a lot of my friends do.
No, I feel like a lot of people don't.
Mm.
Mom guilt, but not like wife guilt.
Ah, okay. Two different
Um,
stories here.
and so there were just like so many things going on all the time. There'd be like girls' nights, bigger groups, then like smaller one-off ones, and there'd be like birthday parties, baby showers, kid birthdays, like so like a cookbook club, like bunk out. Like these are all just like organized groups, and then like there'd be unorganized stuff. I just like realized I was like, why am I putting all this effort and going to these things with people that like aren't like filling my cup? I don't get giddy when I'm around them. I don't like super look forward to it. Like I'm a big FOMO person, honestly. And like this put my FOMO in check a little bit. Like where I was like, this is like the amount of work it's taking because I live farther now. I moved in the middle of all of this. And it's quite a bit of effort to get to things now. And like I have to pick and choose. I have to be more intentional and more mindful about what I say yes to. Just like my energy levels, all of that, like being there. And my family needed, this is something I wasn't prioritizing. My family was not my priority at one point, and that was like a pretty rude awakening. Um, and your family should be number one. But like my friends had become my number one, but I think my marriage was in a certain rocky spot where like I was finding fulfillment from my friends that I wasn't getting from my husband. So I had to work through that. And like when your relationship is healthy and like you love your family and you want to be with them. So like obviously you need breaks sometimes, but like you want to be with them and they are your number ones. And like so I had to like figure that out. And once I got there, I then realized, why am I doing all of this with like people that I should be investing in people who have invested in me. And I could name on one hand, like moving further away really put that in perspective for me, like people who would show up for me because I was so much further. It was work. Like people would have to like put in some sort of effort. Especially when I had Brooks. Like only a few came to my house, brought me food and like or made an effort to send food or like came to meet Brooks in person without me like coming to an event or something like and bringing him. And that was kind of around the time where I was like, oh my gosh, like, what aligns with me is investing in the people that have invested in me, like, and who have shown up for me over and over again. Because yeah, I've got a great group of friends, like a big, gorgeous group of friends who are all wonderful in their own ways. But like, there are some that don't show up for me the way others do.
Right.
And I just had to, I realized that. And there were girls that I didn't know as well that had shown up for me. And I was like, I'm gonna start trying more with them. I'm gonna start
Mm,
creating a stronger relationship with them because like for some reason they're choosing me, so I'm gonna choose them. And I'm gonna see like where that go. And that's how one of my girls' trips was born. I literally handpicked the people to go on that trip, and
the LA one,
it
I
was
wish I was there. It looked so incredible.
it was awesome, honestly.
I mean, I also th like I remember a few years ago, I will never forget I was at the gym and I was voice noting you. I was like going into full on. I mean, I just naturally do this with my girlfriends because like my work life and who I am is just, they're all one at this point. And I was like giving you a full on life coach TED talk because you were really struggling because you were about to move and you're like, Becca, like, what do I do? I'm going to be so far away. And I'm like, you are going to have to learn how to be really, really intentional with not just your time. Because I mean, now what it seems like is you have a really good balance between like you're a mom, you're a
Yeah.
wife, you're creating content, but like you had to go through it where it's a little rocky and a little challenging because now, I mean, like a few months ago, or maybe I think it was a few months ago, where you hired someone to help you make content. It's like you have to go through this period where things are rocky and you have to become really intentional with what do I want? What do I value?
Yeah,
Also,
what's worth it, what's not.
what's not? Yeah.
Yeah, what like yeah, especially because a lot of my girls' nights are just like a few hours. And so like driving an hour to just hang out for a few hours. And then also too, like sleep. Realizing how much
Oh my
I
gosh.
need my sleep, how much I need to get to the gym every day, how much
Yeah.
that like matters to me. And so like I used to be down to like just stay up and like freaking wreck myself like that. And now it's like, no, no, I'm going home. Like it's not worth it. I'm not that deprived. Okay. Like I will be
Yeah.
okay. Like I think some of my friends like just need the social release like so badly that
Mm.
like they're willing to sacrifice that and like pay the price of being tired later. But like I've gotten to the point where I'm not like that. I can't.
Yeah. But you, I mean, being a long distance friend, like you would never know that because you are the type of person that like you constantly remind me, you know how I am, especially with phone calls. Like I'm not one. I just like if I can catch up with a friend like once every month or two, like I'm just such a hermit. And it's not that I don't love my people, but like you remind me, it's like you and my parents. I'm like, okay, Samantha's the type of person that I know, even if I only have 5 minutes, like she wants to talk to me. And it's a good reminder. Like,
Yeah, it doesn't need to be like an hour of your time. I just like knowing, like it's a
yeah.
touch. Like I love you. I'm thinking of you. Like
But that's what
you're
I'm saying. Like you prioritizing, I think you do a great job at prioritizing your health and your husband and your kids and your friends and doing the things that you love and getting sleep and taking care of yourself. Like, and you still make time to like you call me all the time. I don't answer all the time. But you call me like you call me way more than I call you for sure. And I'm like, this is the woman that is married with two kids.
it's
So,
just whenever I'm in the car, I don't
but I
like
love it.
that's my favorite time to call people because I'm like I'm not doing anything else. Like so it's
You-
a lot harder. It's a lot harder to talk on the phone when like I'm home with my kids.
yeah.
Be paying attention to them, but if I'm in the car, like that's great. It's perfect.
Yeah. I feel like summing all this up, I mean, again, knowing you for I haven't known you for my whole life, but I feel like I've known you for I would say most of my like conscious, this is who I am, Rebecca life. Like you are fully living out who you are as a person. And that came through with becoming a mom. Like I don't think that fully shined through with being married. I think it like fully came to life with having Scotty.
Honestly, no, 100%. Scotty was like a huge turning point in my life. It also helped because like I always thought like becoming a mom was like, I don't know, the death of
Mm.
your past life and like the death of your life and individuality. And like what drew me to a lot of the friends I have now is how they portrayed being a mom and how much they love being a mom.
Mhm.
and like how beautiful being a mom can be. Like they still look the same. They still dress the same. They still have the same interests. They still like I don't know, they showed motherhood in such a beautiful, graceful way that it just like gave me so much hope. I literally thought being a mom was gross. I was like, that's just gross. Like, my friends just showed me like such a different perspective. And this was before I even met them. And I like will tell them all the time, I'm like, you literally changed my entire perspective on being a mom. Like you
Mm,
made it a positive thing. And like, yeah, even when you're drowning, like, but you can still like dress cute. You can dress your kids really cute. Like you can
yeah.
like make it fun. Yeah, like make it fun. Do fun things with them. Like I didn't grow up doing a lot of fun things, to be honest. Like that wasn't my mom's priority, but like I live for my kids' happiness and like taking them to do fun things and like documenting it. Like that
Mm,
is how you make being mom being like so fun. And like then yeah, you have all your mom friends and
yeah. I mean, everything in your life really like merges together. I'm like, your kids dress cute because you dress them cute. They're the best props, literally.
my philosophy on like buying things is that or accepting things too, like gifts, just things like that. Like things that I don't want anything unless I like it, unless I love it. So like it's worth taking a little bit extra time to find something that's like nicer to look at, in my opinion, because you're gonna buy it anyways. Like might as well be happy looking at it. Like I don't
Also
know, it's a
something that you
total
really want. Like I know for you, like for your birthday, I'm like, I'm gonna get her the exact brands that she likes. Like, I mean, from a young age, for my Hanukkah wish list, I gave my parents a link. Here is the size. Here's the
yeah,
exact color. Do not get me anything off of this list because I won't like it because I know what I like.
exactly.
That's
And I
it.
don't think a lot of people are like that. Like not everyone's like that, but like
Bizarre.
like,
No,
why wouldn't you want what you want? Like, what do you
yeah.
mean? No, like, for instance, and this might be like kind of a tangent, but like getting dish towels. You're
Mm,
moving into a new apartment, you need some dish towels. Don't go to Walmart or Costco and get the pack of like yellow and green. Like, don't.
never.
Just like get some cuter ones. Just get some cuter ones. Like, what? That's not hard. Like, same price. Just
Yeah.
get white ones. I don't know. You know what I mean? Like,
It all comes back to being, of course, knowing what you want, but being really intentional about it and caring. Like if there's care at the root of everything that you're doing, you're gonna say, oh, maybe I'll spend an extra $5, or maybe I'll, spend a little extra time searching for the thing that I want. Another thing that you've really taught me, like I've always been very specific in the things that I want, but now even I'm on this hyper fixation of finding like a new chair for my office so I can like film these podcast episodes. And I'm like, I keep on coming across ones that I like on Pinterest, but I will not get the one that I want until I find the one.
good. People outside of like my circle and like outside of the way I think will comment and like be like, do you only buy these colors? Do you only buy like blah blah blah, right? And like, let me explain why. It's because like with my kids, for instance, like yeah, they have a color palette. And the reason why is because it is so much easier to put an outfit together.
Mm,
The colors all go together.
like that, it just makes sense.
I don't have to think that hard. Like same thing with my closet. Like when it's all neutral colors, it's so easy to put an outfit together. Yeah. You always buy something in a neutral color first before you buy it in a color.
Okay, this could be content right here for TikTok or Instagram. I really think you could go through your whole closet because you have the staples. You've taken so much time over the years. Like, I would watch that. Like, jeans, give me a tour. White t-shirt, need to know.
Like I said, I'm surrounded by it. Like this is all common knowledge. These are all things that like me and my friends already like know. So it's like
For
such
me,
a hard thing for me to like create content on when I feel like I'm just preaching to the choir.
okay, so there's this quote that I love by this girl who preaches personal branding and all this stuff. She always says that you are numb to your own knowledge because you're surrounded by all of these people where you think, oh, this is just common knowledge. Everyone knows it. But this is just this tiny, 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 tiny little atmosphere that you live in. What about
Mm.
all the other people? It honestly, it helps me all the time because I'm like, why would I post a morning routine? Why would I talk about this? Why would I human design? I'm like, no one knows what this is besides me. And yeah, people in my close knit circle, but like, there's a whole other world out there.
No, it's true. You're right. I've got like a running list. In fact, I should go through it with you because like you're outside of my bubble.
We should. This is why I want to start having more of my closest friends on here because everything that everyone is doing is so different and I'm so curious and so fascinated by it. And
Mhm.
like again, you're numb to your own knowledge. So like the things that are so redundant and normal to you are so not normal. And like I know for a fact that there's someone that is going to listen to this episode that wants to post more. And like this is going to inspire them. Like you don't need thousands and thousands and thousands of followers. You just have to freaking want it and go
You
do
just
it.
have to do it more.
Gotta do
And
it.
that's how you get
Yes,
better at anything. Like, you just have to do it more. I'd say, like, okay, my biggest tips then, if you want to get into content creation,
let's hear it.
get a phone stand. Well, also, what kind of content are you trying to create? That's the other thing. Are you just like
Yeah.
front facing? Are you trying to be like, are you trying to be an influencer essentially? Like, are you wanting to share your routines, your makeup, day in life, whatever? Okay, so get a good tripod. And all you have to do is go on TikTok and type in best content creator tripod, and there will be several good options. A phone stand, like one that you can just like once again, Amazon, just cell
Mm-hmm.
phone. That goes on like your tabletop. And then I would say like a clip-on light on your phone, like one of those like,
That's
yep, one of those. And what's crazy is actually I don't have one and I ordered one finally because like I don't take selfies. I do not like selfies. I have to get better at them, but they're yeah. So I'm gonna step up on in that front. But if you're gonna be doing outfits, get like a pretty neutral backdrop, like a background, or film in the mirror, like mirror selfie situation, and have like a non-busy background. I would say non-neutral backdrop, but like just not a very busy one.
mm-hmm.
It could be any kind of background, but just not very busy. And then good lighting, just some good lighting. Like, don't let any of your stuff be backlit and almost always natural light. Unless like you are in like artificial lighting, then use that clip-on light on your camera. You'll be golden. Yeah, I think like that's best. And then if you're nervous about talking to the camera or like talking, like doing a script, just film everything and voice it over. Don't even try to like talk and record. Just like record yourself doing your thing and then voice it over. Because then you can re-record your voice recording like a million times if you wanted to and just like get it right or even write out a script and then read it as a voice recording. Like, so you don't have to think. Yeah, with brands and brands you want to work with, you just gotta start manifesting it, buy their stuff, like make a couple purchases, like put money in to like grow your business basically, create some bomb content for them. And if you're a mom, just like incorporate it into your day. But and if you want to be really intentional, hire a babysitter. And that's the only way I get any of my work done, like my real work. Because I'm not that type of person that can just like film on the go. I'm trying to work on that too. But like all
Yeah.
of my like paid stuff, I like have help. Like someone's watching my kids so I can do it.
I mean, again, I think a lot of this comes back to knowing what you want, knowing what you value, and also really taking the time to be intentional with knowing, like, okay, if I don't get a lot done while I'm out with my kids, I need to hire help, or this is how I want to do my content. Like, really being so self-focused in the sense of like, you know what you like, and you know what you don't like, you know what you gravitate towards, and you know what you don't gravitate towards.
Well, and also I'd say like find someone that you admire, like
Mhm.
someone that you want to like emulate basically, and like do what they do, man. Don't try to reinvent the wheel. Just like
Yeah.
freaking do what they're doing and try it. And then you'll like slowly figure out what works for you.
Yeah, I always say that you are not replicable because it's so true. And I think that's something that people forget. Like, yeah, we don't need to necessarily reinvent the wheel. Not to say that you should be copying people, of course,
Right.
but you use people as inspiration. I take inspiration from people all the time, and then I'm like, okay, how do I make this me?
Exactly.
That
Exactly. Like I feel like those videos of like home resets were like taking off like
way.
crazy like, years ago. Yeah, you're like not copying exactly because your house is the exact same, but like do a similar edit and just like clean. Like, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
that's the idea. Like, do a similar video.
yeah. That also helps with the not thinking thing. It's like you don't have to think about it because it's already made for you.
Right. So, and then as you get better at it, you realize, okay, I missed this shot. Oh, I need to get this shot next time. Like, this shot would be cool if I did this. Like, oh gosh, I always do this after like I film something. I'm like, oh my gosh, I just should have done this and that. Like, but that's how you learn. Just gotta remember next time. Having a shot list is always really important and really helpful.
Mm.
Not just like winging it, but
Well, I think this is a good place to wrap it up. Well, we'll definitely do a part two for sure because I feel like you just have so much more to share and just
so
more
much.
things we can talk about. But thank you so much
It was so fun.
for sharing everything with me. This was such a fun episode, and I know that it's going to be jam-packed with so much. I will include, of course, all of your links and everything, and I also want to include some of like the content creation tools that you mentioned as well, because I'm like, I need to get some of these things for myself. So we'll include all that in the links, but thank you all for listening. Any final words? Believe in yourself.
Can't wait to come back. Can't wait to do this again.
All right, guys, thank you so much for listening, and we will see you next time. Bye.